Talk Season 2. I'm Cheeto.
I'm Chico, 4060.
I'm Calvin Klein, the Brooklyn Don.
The legend.
The legendary,
Right
the
hook's
legendary
on.
Rex
Right.
on
You heard?
Klein.
So how's everything, Klein?
Man, I'm good, man. Can't complain.
We here. We been dying to hear your story, man.
I mean, we
From
hear
the horses. We hear it all the time,
Yeah.
but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. You know?
Yeah.
Where it all started from.
Listen, it started from Red Hook.
Right hook.
Yeah.
Straight from Red Hook. You know what I'm saying? I was born in Brooklyn, you know, and as soon as my mom got released from the hospital, she brought me straight to Red Hook, and the rest was history from there.
The rest was history. What year was that?
1996, actually.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying, 96.
No, 96.
1966. I'm
I'm stepping
bugging.
on niggas' throat by
Yeah,
96.
for real. Yeah,
Yeah, 96
for real.
is, yeah.
That's what's up, man. So tell us how we all started.
We started from Red Hook, man. You know, like I said, man, you know, I was a brand new baby, you know, and from there, Mom's brought me to Red Hook, and, you know, that's where the foundation, started, you know, and from there I just started growing and blossoming, and, you know, turned out to have some legacy along the way.
Right. What age you started?
I started around 13, 14.
14.
Yeah, around 14. I mean, I had an older brother, though, so at the end of the day, you know, you following your peers.
Right.
You know,
So
he
that was
didn't
the
really,
influence?
Yeah, he didn't really want me doing it, you know what I mean? But, you know, as soon as you walk out, you see Red Hook, you know what I mean? Like, you know, tallest buildings in New York City.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
The second largest project, you know, next to Queensbridge, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, you know, you can be consumed with a whole lot around you and seeing so much at such a young age, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's what it was for me. You know, I was kind of nosy for one, you know, and paying a lot of attention for two. You know, and then once I got into the groove of things, you know, 14 years old, you know, I'm out there, you know, I'm robbing and stealing, and you know, a few years later after that, I'm throwing niggas in the trunk.
And that's at 14. Yeah. That's at 14.
Like, you know, once you get that gun in your hand, you know how strong you get with that. You know.
Where you got that first gun from?
Wow. You know, I got a picture. You know, I think I was like 15, 16 years old, and I started running with the original 50 Cent.
That's I wanted to. I had that already locked stage. I was gonna ask you, what's your history with the 50 Cent from Fort Greene? Rest in peace.
You know, I mean, I started running with him. You know, me, him, and God bless my homie Tracy Washington from Farragut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, it was a thing where Fifth already had a name for itself.
Right.
You know, and you know, I'm following suit. You know, trying to establish that type of name for myself as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and at the end of the day, man, you know, started doing things and wilding out and, you know, staking niggas up, you know, and, you know, making them lay down on the ground and, you know, it's all or nothing, you know, that type of thing. You know?
Get down and lay down.
Yeah, get down and lay down, you know, or, you know, get in the trunk and be quiet, you know, that type of thing.
Nothing on the F train or nothing like that?
No,
You was sticking up the whole train or
we
something?
did, yeah, we did our thing on the F train quite a few times, you know. One time, you know, they had the 98.7 KISS. You know, they were doing that in different boroughs and, you know, different areas of Brooklyn at the time. And, you know, we ran down, you know, on Coney Island and, you know, was wilding out over there in Coney Island. And it wound up, you know, us going on the F train and then just started robbing car from car all the way until we got off the Smith and 9th Street, which was our stop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we was non-stop with it. You know,
Who's we?
I mean, the whole, like, all of us. Like, you know when you're from Red Hook, you know what I'm saying? We rolling deep. We won 30, 40 deep, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially at that time, you know. A lot of times we couldn't even leave the neighborhood because we was wilding out so much that we couldn't even leave the neighborhood unless we was like 15, 20 deep. You know what I mean?
So you couldn't go shopping or
Nah,
nothing.
none of that.
Let me ask you something. At your time, in your era, was the Red Hook and Gowanus thing still going on?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it definitely was. You know, it was rivals though. But unfortunately for me, I went to IS 283.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, you know, you're in the heart of Gowanus.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
You're the heart of Gowanus with that though. But
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it's who you are too. You know, and Red Hook respected Gowanus. Gowanus respected Red Hook though. You know what I mean? But you know, when it pop off, it pop off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's what it is. You know.
Definitely. So how it was being Klein in the 80s and 90s?
No holds barred.
No
You know what I
holds
mean? Like, no holds barred. You know what I mean? Didn't play no games. Didn't care much about nobody else's life because I didn't care about mine. You know, I just had my immediate family though. But at that time, I didn't have any kids though. So, You know, and plus I was trying to go for the gusto. You know, I wanted to be on Forbes. You know what I mean? That's one of the richest drug dealers. You know, so I didn't play no games with, you know, what I was out there trying to attain. I was out there trying to get as much money as I could. You know, but the thing for me was I never wanted to be a drug dealer. You know what I mean? That's what a lot of people
want to be a
know.
basketball player,
No,
right?
well, not
that.
even no.
He was a good rebounder.
That is exactly wow. PAL baby, you know what I'm saying? Make your kangaroos.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I wanted to play ball, of course. You know what I mean? But you know, that wasn't the gift. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't the gift. I can play, but you know what I mean? As far as going, you know, to the NBA with it and all that, though, I didn't think of it that way.
Right.
You know, I just thought of it as a pastime, or you know what I mean, staying out of trouble and things of that nature. But that didn't help.
Right.
You know, I even tried to go in the service. I tried to go in the Army when I was 15 years old.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah, you know, 50 went. You know what I mean? And I tried to follow suit with that. I tried to do it at least twice, but you know, my mom was like, you know, nah, you the sibling, you know, the youngest kid of the family.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna let you go up in there. Though, but my thing was like, Mom, you know, it's gonna either be one thing or the other. I'm gonna either go and get in trouble, go to jail, or get killed, or you know what I mean, let me go to the service. You know what I mean? And you know, she wasn't trying to hit.
We would have had a totally different Klein.
Of course,
Totally
you know what I mean?
different.
Yeah, of course. You know, my thing is like a lot of times today, a lot of people say they wouldn't change who they are. You know, because you know they wouldn't be who they are today if you know they didn't go through what they went through. You know, but me myself, I disagree with that. You know, I changed a whole lot of things about me. Like, you know, I wouldn't want to do 20 years in prison. I wouldn't want to put my mom through all that shit I put her through, and my dad as well. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I could have done a lot of things. You know, I went to school. I played the piano. I played the keyboard. I played the bass. You know, I went to Pratt Institute for for tennis. You know what I mean? You know, things of that nature though. So. You know, I don't fault my parents for nothing. I fault myself for, you know, following in, you know, the footsteps of others, you know what I mean? But my parents gave me the best opportunity possible, you know, and that's what, you know, I don't have the, you know, I lived in Red Hook and I was, you know, deprived of like a lot of other people though, but my mom and dad did the best they could, you know, would provide the best they could, you know, but I wanted more, you know what I mean? So that's what it is.
I also heard too, you know, through the streets talk, I heard that in your crib, you had like a gat in every single spot.
Yeah, I mean, we from Red Hook. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the thing is that I didn't, I knew the insides and the ends of Red Hook, you know what I mean, and a lot of tactics, you know what I'm saying, coming from Red Hook. So, you know, one thing I would say, you know, tell my mom, you know, because she didn't stay long. When I really got in the game, you know, I had beef with the panels, you know what I mean, at the time. So, you know, I had to give some, you know, certain type of rules to my mom staying in the house. So, Mom, when you answer the door, don't answer the door by the regular standard way of answering the door. Somebody knock on the door, you walk up to the door, you know, hello, who is it? You know, and you look through the peephole and all that. I'm like, nah, don't do that. You know, you know, the thing for in Red Hook was like, you get somebody to walk up to the door and you feel like they behind the door, you hitting the door with a ooh-wah, you know what I'm saying, or with a tech, or you know what I mean, or you putting like 30-something shots up in the door, you know what I mean? So, you know, I made it clear, like, you know, Mom, don't do all that, you know.
He ain't lying. If it's selling, we ain't buying. If it's scattered on your block, then best believe that we supply. From a key down to half a pound, a quarter to a dime. Trying to own a piece of Brooklyn like my nigga Shawn Carter.
Back to what we was at before we went to commercial. Where we was at?
You tell me.
No, man.
It's just, you know what it is? It's just like a honor, like a big honor.
Quick question. How you met Jay?
Wow, that's a good question though. My partner Danny had some issues out there in Marcy Projects, you know what I mean? And actually really wasn't no issues that he had. You know, Jay and Jazzo had some issues by not knowing who ran Marcy at the time.
Okay.
You know, and they wound up doing some things that they wasn't supposed to, and then, you know, full circle, you know, stepped to them and addressed them, and, you know, some things was addressed, and, you know, they wound up shutting it down, but we wound up becoming kind of close right then and there. It was a awkward situation because I was called to come address the situation a certain way, guns up, you know what I mean?
Right.
Ready to go.
No talk, yeah.
Nothing to talk about, you know what I mean? The whole
So hold on, Jazzo was the man or Jay was?
You know, I mean, Jay and Jazzo was partners with each other.
All right.
You know, they wound up going out there, like I said, you know, actually trying to lay some work down in the hood, you know, and Danny found out, You know, Danny called me, told me to come through. You know what I mean? Like most people know from Red Hook, my signature colors is all black. You know what I mean? With black guns, black hat, black everything. Like, you know what I mean? So black socks the same way like I got it now. You know what I mean? So you know, at the end of the day, I went out there. You know, unfortunately for them, you know what I mean, guns in the air. If it really wasn't for Danny, you know what I mean, having his back turned to me, and like my whole thing is trying to get as close to whoever I'm gonna deal with, you know, as possible. And you know, the deal lights came on. You know, once the deal lights came on, Danny turned around and saw that it was me, Jay, and it was like, whoa, yo, you know what I mean? Like, and Danny turned me and shut it down like that, like, shut it down, you know. And from that point on, you know, I walked up in the circle, and they was explaining to me like what was going on, and from that point on, it turned into a whole nother different situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't necessarily even saying that it was a beef, it was just a misunderstanding. And I say today, when men talk, men resolve. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it was like, yo, we don't have no beef with y'all, we from Marcy too. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we got some shit out of Jersey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all rocking like this, what's up? So, you know, we started, one thing led to another, and then we wound up, you know what I mean, lining each other up with, you know, handling business with each other, and then from there was, the rest was history.
Like that famous line Jay said, I never felt so loud.
You know,
that leads up to another question. But back to Jay was the hustler or the rapper at the time?
Now, at that time, he was both. You know what I mean?
Both?
Like, yeah, you know, he was both. You know,
He was rapping fast at that time?
he was doing that. You know, he was actually, like, JAYZ was really out. JAYZ had the label, you know, well, not necessarily the label, but he was signed to a label. And from him being signed to a label, he had Jay, you know what I'm saying, rolling with him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, but, you know, that label money wasn't making no real money, so you got to find other ways to make money, and that's what they were doing. They was touching the ground a little bit, you know what I mean? And then from there, then they linked up with us, and then, like I said, the rest is history, you know.
How's your ties now, these days with Jay now?
We good, good. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just for the record, like, you know, I kind of like make it real clear about a lot of stuff that handles behind the scene. You know what I mean? There's a lot more stuff behind the scene than it is, you know what I'm saying, on camera. Like, you know, wise men make wise moves. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, my thing with Jay, we have a real good relationship when it's time to do things right. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, when I came out with my book, which was #1 in the country on Amazon, you know, Neighborhoods Under Siege, I could have got a cease and desist. Lawyers could have gotten involved. You know what I mean? Like, Jay ain't come at me that way. You know what I mean? I could have, when I came out with my trailer, you know, showing the images of Jay and everything else. You know, I could have got another lawyer situation. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case.
Let you get yours.
You know what I mean? But the best thing that happened for me is that, you know, VH1, you know what I'm saying, Viacom, you know what I mean, came at me and they wanted the story, but they wanted to do the research, so they vetted me. You know what I mean? They came back and let me know, like, yo, listen, you know, first we had a concern that we didn't know whether Jay was going to either let you even rock with this or not or whatever, though, but the higher-ups and everything else, and, you know, Jay himself is cool with it, you know what I mean? So I said, I told you, like, that you needed to hear that, you know what I'm saying, from the horse's mouth yourself, though, but I was cool with it, you know what I mean? So, you know, let's go. You know?
So back to that famous line with Jay, right? So that line right there, y'all got caught up, right? So how that ended up?
Well, actually, we was in Maryland, state of Maryland. You know, we got to a beef with some tools out in the party, whatever. You know what I mean? You know, everybody had to go back to back because it was like 12 of us with like 200 and some of them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We from New York.
Yeah,
you know, we, you know, holding it down, doing what we got to do. You know what I mean? So we got up out of that though. But my thing was I didn't want to stay in the next town over. So Jay was like, yo, listen, Klein, I don't recommend that we roll out to New York now. But if you decide that you really want to go to New York, I'm not going to let you go by yourself. I'm going to roll out with you. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool, come on, let's go. So we wound up rolling out. You know, I mean, long story short, by the time we got over to the next town, where the situation happened at, police just ran down on us, came up behind us, pulled up on the side of us, got in front of us, and then after that, they made us slow down. And then from there, you know, they pulled us over and asked us, you know, where we was coming from and so on and so forth. And then after that, they took us to the hospital where, you know, we had to be identified, and the dude identified both of us. We got to the precinct. The dude was like, I was trying to talk to the dude because I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, why you doing this, my dude? Like, just keep this shit on the streets, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he's like, nah, y'all gotta go to jail. So I was like, yo, how much it gonna cost for us to just drop this case right here? So he said, how much you got? I said, I'll give you 50,000. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we could work it out. I'll give you 50,000. So then he's like, yo, you got money like that? I said, don't worry about what I got, man. I just don't want to go through the court process with me and my man. It's going to cost more to go to court, you know what I'm saying, than for me to give you 50 grand. So he was caught up with the car when he on the BMW. So he said, who car's that? I said, yo, it's your car if you want it. You know what I mean? If the money, the 50,000 in the car gonna get you to drop the charges on me and my man, then you can have the car too. So he said, nah, one of y'all gotta go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I had just previously got acquitted for murder. I had 2 counts for murder and 5 counts of possession of weapons. So I had just got previously acquitted 45 days ago. So Jay was like, yo, listen, Klein, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna take the weight of the case. You know what I'm saying? I take that, you come back, bail me out. But I said, nah, come on, man. I said, you know how much time you facing, man? I said, yo, I know you in this rap shit, my nigga, but if you take the weight of this case, man, you're gonna miss your opportunity, man. Like, you not gonna be able to come back off of this, man. You know what I mean? So then he's like, nah. I said, I got this. You come back and you come get me. So I told the dude, you know what I mean, like, yo, let my man go. And then when the police came back to press the charges on us, the dude was like, yo, listen, I'm gonna release one of them. Jay left out the bullpen and we was good. Jay testified on my behalf on the case and everything.
So if it wasn't for Klein, we won't have no Jay right now.
Yeah, word up. Y'all heard it here.
Give it up for Klein.
Give it up. Brooklyn dog, man. That's a word. Right hook.
My instance was dead on point. This was the beginning of the end.
Out here on those streets.
If anything pop off, I got your back.
Okay, Mr. Postman.
I never fighting me, inviting me to rhyme.
15 keys.
For the line, taking off my coat, clearing my throat. The rhyme will be kicking in.
How you even kill, motherfucker? This man deserves life in prison.
Objection, Your Honor.
That's my baby!
You wanted to kill me the other night, right? Be a hero and kill Calvin Klein with his own fucking gun.